So in today's video, I got the Platinum Trophy for the game Subnautica with creatures scarier than what's under my bed. Overall, the game is a grand total of 18 trophies, including the Platinum Trophy. Some trophies require us to just build stuff, while the others require us to go into the deepest depths of hell. This game was truly a masterpiece, but I don't want to waste you guys' time. Enjoy the video. So we are first given an option to select which difficulty, and I obviously chose survival because I'm not a bit. So we first spawned into our life pod trying to escape and launching in 3, 2, 1, but unfortunately the life pod goes into destruction mode and everything's falling apart, so I have to save the day. I grabbed the fire extinguisher and basically just put out the fire because fire is bad. Other than that, we reached out the life pod and we see the open world of Subnautica, and oh my god, what is that? What the hell is that? But yeah, this is Subnautica. I decided to start my journey by dipping into the water, and I actually got my first trophy for that. The lore of Subnautica, we were a janitor worker on the Aurora ship, that big thing in the water that crashed over there, and we got hit by some unidentified alien technology, and our goal is to get out of the ocean and go back to space where we belong. And we have to go a long journey to create the Neptune rocket, which is our ticket out of here. So let's start the journey, shall we? I started off by just exploring, doing whatever that comes into my mind because I don't really know what I was doing. I basically just collected every single thing that I'm away. Then I just headed to the ship because I heard there was good loot over here and I didn't really know what I was doing. The water started to turn brown and then radiation started to blow up and then I ended up dying.
Tripping, bro.
But my next goal is to create a scanner and a repair tool to repair my life pod. I first started out by picking up some titanium, some lead, some materials that we need for the scanner and the repair tool. Some of the materials are pretty hard to find, I'm not gonna lie. I even found another life pod that unfortunately crashed underwater, so yeah. Then I basically just messed around with the fabricator system, crafting stuff that I don't really know what I was doing. But I first crafted a battery and finally got the scanner, so yeah. Now I'm embarrassed to even put this in the video, but I tried to repair this thing with the scanner and unfortunately it wasn't working until I figured out I had a repair tool that I crafted. Yeah, I'm really stupid, but look at this fish I caught. Just look at him. But after that, I basically just continued my journey, getting every single item that I see in my way, just exploring through the menu, seeing what I can do, seeing what's going on. I even tried to go deep into the water to find this life pod over here that I need to craft the sea moth fragments. So yeah, when I got here, I found some sea moth fragments as well, which I scanned them with my scanner. I also need to craft the mobile vehicle bay, so I had to get the fragments for that as well. And unfortunately, after playing for 2 hours, I realized that this game does not have autosave. One of the stupidest features ever. I mean, come on. Autosave has been a thing for years.
Got him.
Now yes, I did have to start over, but fortunately I didn't know what I was doing, kind of. All I really needed to do was just get some materials and build the scanner and the repair tool, and obviously just release the mobile vehicle bay so I can create my sea moth. But after I crafted the vehicle bay, I now needed to get the requirements for the sea moth. The requirements of the sea moth required a lot of stuff like titanium, copper ore, batteries. Now luckily none of the things were deep into the water, but I finally created my sea moth and actually got another trophy for that. And this is the best transportation in the game. Now my next goal was finding a floating island and also creating my first base. So with my sea moth, I headed to the floating island and I also named a beacon over here so I don't get lost. And we found the island, and my god, this island has so much good materials. It has so much titanium, so much copper ore, and actually has some diamonds as well. And it was daytime so I could see everything. But I found some abandoned base over here which I needed to scan with my scanner, and also got another trophy for picking up the PDA as well. Just look at this deep water. But next up was create my first multi-purpose room, which is basically like the base. So I first had to get a bunch of materials such as batteries, acid mushrooms, you know, stuff like that. But luckily none of the items were deep into the water, like they were all like shallow and safe waters. Then I also created my first habitat builder tool, which is needed to create the base. Then I was trying to figure out where to put my multi-purpose room because I didn't really know what I was doing, but I finally constructed it over here as well. Then I tried to figure out a way in, but I found out I needed to build the hatch, so I glued the hatch on, constructed it, and also got another trophy for that. Then I spent the next like couple of hours, like 2 hours, upgrading my base, putting some solar panels on it so we can get some power in it, and also putting some fabricators, radio stations, because this is going to become my new home. We ain't no more a life pod, we are upgraded to a base. I also built some storage lockers over here so I can place all my titanium and materials that I need. Then eventually I got this timer on my HUD over here saying a sunbeam will arrive in about 24 minutes. Now honestly I was pretty scared, but I did head all the way to the sunbeam landing site, which is another floating island, but we found so much more loot over here as well. Like I found lithium, diamonds, you know, stuff like that. Then we found this alien base thing over here where I had to place a purple tablet. Now luckily I got it from earlier, and we went inside this creepy base, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty scared. But I got another trophy for finding this base, and I picked up some of these greenish battery cubes as well. Then I also got stuck in the needle by this dude over here, so yeah, frick him, man. And unfortunately I did not get to see the sunbeam, but when I went outside and everything is destroyed. It's coming down, it's all coming. And I got on my sea moth and left immediately because I was scared. Then I found some scanner room fragments as well in the deep oceans because we're gonna upgrade our base even more. Then I needed to find this PDA thing over here, which luckily I did find it under 200 meters deep into the water. And I also found out that I can trade in metal salvage for 4 titanium. This is a game changer. I did not know that. Then I tried to build this upgrade vehicle thing over here, but unfortunately I needed to build a moon pool as well. So I first up had to find the fragments to build the moon pool. And at the start I didn't really know what it did, but I eventually put my vehicle upgrade station over here. Nice. Then I wanted to upgrade my sea moth so it can go even deeper into the ocean. So I first up had to find the materials to make it go even deeper until like 500 meters. And after that I finally crafted it. So now my sea moth can go 500 meters deep into the ocean. And then I wanted to take it to the next level and go even deeper into 900 meters. So I had to upgrade my sea moth once again. I also had to find these materials called rubies, and they're not too hard to find. There's only about 50 in the game though. So yes, I then took the rubies home and crafted the remaining stuff that I needed. And when I went home I also crafted a radiation suit so we can go to the aurora and repair the aurora reactor. I also crafted a laser cutter which is needed for the aurora. You shut up! And this was the scariest thing ever because it was just deep brown water. Then we got to the aurora, and this is such a massive thing with a bunch of loot and a bunch of water over here. Then I found the reactor that I have to repair because I'm the goat over here, and I obviously pulled down my repair tool, and after repairing like 11 we got another trophy for repairing the reactor. Then I also used my laser cutter door over here to get some more loot like the prawn suit fragment which is needed to go even deeper into the water. Then I was really curious to find out what's in this deep water that people have been warning me about. It can't be that. Sorry guys, I didn't mean to scare you. But yes, we found a Reaper Leviathan and I pooped my pants. Then I went home and crafted the ultra high oxygen tank, which upgraded my oxygen all the way to 225. Then I needed to go deep into the water with my sea moth to go to some mushroom cave over here, and there's a material that I need to upgrade the prawn suit. But my goal was finding this base, and after I found it I collected a PDA and got another trophy for that. Then I left immediately. And then this is where I had to go even deeper into the water. I'm talking about like 400 meters type deep. And look at these electricity creatures. There's no way that exists, right? But basically I had to go to the Lost River to find another base, and what is that creature over there? But after I collected this PDA I got another trophy for that. Then for another trophy I had to collect the materials to create an aquarium so I can put a cuttlefish inside of it and let it hatch. So I built the aquarium over here and put the cuttlefish inside, and now we have to wait about 20 minutes. But other than that I continued the rest of the journey and went deeper into the ocean, like 700 meters, 800 meters, because we had to find an alien base. And I also encountered another enemy which is able to take me out of my sea moth. So yeah, frick him, man. But after I found the base and after some dialogue, I got another trophy for that. But after I went back, I found out that my cuttlefish has hatched over here, so I collected him. And I also got another trophy for hatching him, and now he's my friend. Literally my friend, man. Look, I could play with him too. Then next, I had to craft a Cyclops, which is basically like this very huge sea ship over here. So I first had to get the Cyclops fragments, which weren't too hard to find, but I also encountered another Reaper Leviathan, and he destroyed my sea moth. I was so devastated, man. So I'm just stacked on titanium. Like, look at my loot. I'm just stacked on it. But yes, I then collected the rest of the materials that I needed to build the Cyclops, which is like titanium, lithium, lubricant, you know, stuff like that. I also had to get some stalker tooth, so I had to place some metal salvages near these stalkers and wait till they hatch some stalker tooth. Then I went inside of my mobile vehicle bay and crafted the Cyclops, and also got another trophy for that. And I did not realize how big this thing was. It's bigger than my
What did he say?
And this is the Cyclops, just a very big ship. And I don't really like the Cyclops. I don't know why. I just think it's slow and very clunky. Then the next step was crafting the prawn suit, so I had to get some material called gel sack so we can get aerogel, and everything else I knew how to get, so it didn't really matter. I then went back to my base and crafted all the items that I needed for the prawn suit. Then I went ahead and swam to my mobile vehicle bay, got on top of it, paused, and crafted my prawn suit, which gave me another trophy for that. And this is the prawn suit. Now, in my opinion, the prawn suit is not bad, but it's not good. I just feel like it's a little too slow, but it does protect you from all the bad creatures. But then my next goal was to upgrade the prawn suit so we can go even deeper, like 1300 meters. So I first had to go back to the Lost River and find some material called nickel ore, which is a pretty rare substance found in the Lost River. I also found some rubies over here as well. I'm not really sure if I needed them, but I collected them either way. But then I went back to my base and basically just upgraded my prawn suit so we can go even deeper into the water. And this is where I wanted to step into a whole nother level and get my prawn suit even deeper than 1300 meters. So I used my prawn suit to go deep into the water, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm really pooping my pants right now. I'm scared even editing this video. It's so scary, the ocean, man. We had to go into the deep, even the lava type ocean, where we are over 1,000 meters deep. I had to find some material called kyanite or kyanite, whatever you want to call it. It's this blue fragment that's stuck into the ground that we have to use a drill on from the prawn suit to craft it. Then I tried to figure a way out of here, but I realized I was out of water and I'm stuck now. I kept trying to think of ways that I can get my stuff all the way back to the base. I even thought about building another prawn suit, but then I had the brightest idea ever to build another sea moth and go all the way back to my prawn suit and then take the prawn suit back to my base. I'm lonely, man. But that doesn't even matter because we had to go even deeper to the ocean once again, all the way deep into like 1600 meters. I also found more nickel ore over here, and I'm pretty sure I needed them to craft the Neptune rocket. And what is that? What the? But yes, we encountered the sea dragon, and this dude literally shoots fireballs at you, which I don't know how it works because we're underwater. I thought water was supposed to be fire, but yeah. And honestly, I was really pooping my pants here because I was so scared. I was so deep into the water. I was so scared of this guy, man. I didn't know what he was gonna do to me. But I ended up getting the trophy called thermal activity. But then we finally enter the base near the sea dragon, and we have to get some data, like the orange data over here that is needed. But then after we went deeper into the water, we got interrupted by this dude on my screen, and honestly, I was pretty scared of him. Like, I don't really know what this guy was gonna do to me. And then we find a huge lava river inside the water. We are 1500 meters deep right now, guys. Anything could happen to us.
Oh, brother. Whoa.
But we found another alien base, and this is basically like the last base that we need to find because this is where the sea emperor is living, the whole plot of the story. So I jumped into this water over here, and we got interrupted by the sea emperor, and I thought he was gonna attack me, but fortunately he did not. So yeah, he's pretty chill. But after some dialogue, I used my sea glide to go over this thing over here, and I also got another trophy for that. Then we placed one of these green cubes next to these eggs over here, which triggered another cutscene with the sea emperor and some more dialogue. Then I placed another cube, which opened up another portal. Then I also had to find some material that I needed to create the cure. And in this alien base over here, we are given 6 doors and 6 portals that all transfer us to an area that we need to get material for the cure. So I had to go through like 4 doors over here to get all the materials that I needed for the cure. Then when I got the materials I needed to go home and craft the cure, then I went back all the way to the sea emperor location and placed the cure inside this thing over here, which basically just hatched the eggs and unleashed these sea emperors, like baby sea emperors.
God, okay, it's happening.
And honestly, the sea emperor was very happy with me, so yeah, man. Then I stuck my hand inside this thing over here, which gave me another trophy for curing the infection. Now that I am cured, the next and final step was building the Neptune rocket and getting ourselves out of this deep water.
Let's go.
So I spent the next couple of hours getting all the materials that I needed for the Neptune rocket, such as like 60 titanium, a bunch of glass. I also built the base of the Neptune rocket. Yeah, I had to get a bunch of titanium, like 60 of them. I also had to get a bunch of other materials. And after building the Neptune rocket, I went inside and basically just climbed my way up. I had to click a bunch of buttons that basically just started the rocket. Then when I sat in the chair, I got a trophy for activating the time capsule thing over here. Then I got another trophy for launching the Neptune rocket. Then I got that sweet platinum trophy. And we got this really cool cutscene of me leaving the ocean. So yeah. And that was the Subnautica Platinum Trophy. Honestly, one of my favorite games ever. I had a ton of fun playing this game. You know, survival games just had this thing where they attach you for hours and you can just go on hours playing it. But genuinely, this game is a masterpiece, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.